So it's extremely important to understand the medical condition, to understand the medical strategic question at hand before you dive into any value-based healthcare approach. It isn't one size fits all. And it may be pretty clear from this graph, is of course, if it's about knee and hip replacement, then the characteristic of that medical condition is that there is not so much variance. There's generally speaking not as big a risk as with a kidney transplant. It's something that you can do with high volume. So what is the key thing here to think about is that you need to have strong protocol in place, and that you want to improve that protocol and refine the protocol, maybe as a dynamic protocol, to the different patients and the different autonomies and the different way that works. And that's probably going to be the key thing that's going to drive knee and hip. On the other hand, if I move on to oncology, for instance, with oncology, there is the characteristics. There's a high variation in the phase of the disease. There's many learning cycles needed because you're looking for patients like me with the different tumor tendencies, the different genetics of the tumor, the different way it's working, the autonomy. There's a couple of things that will certainly determine what's the best treatment plan, and we need to learn all the time so that we will be able to predict better what may be a good treatment plan. So we need many learning cycles, and it's very variable, and we're moving, fortunately, more and more to personalized treatment and personalized medicine. So that's quite a different characteristic. So if that's the case, then if we implement it from a value-based healthcare perspective, then of course the focus must be on diagnostics. The better the predictive diagnostics, the better. There's a huge variation in the treatment plan. So I certainly do not like medical teams that come out with a treatment plan and then don't check if the treatment plan is actually followed through. But when there's a new patient that looks similar, that we still have the same chemotherapy, or we still have the same approach because that's what we think works, instead of having learned why did this patient stop after 3 or 4 times with this, for instance, chemo. And isn't there a diagnostic predictive saying, this patient is probably not going to last 8 chemos. That's probably not doable for this body. And the answer is yes, we have those predictive diagnostics. And do we deploy them? Could be more. So we want to have that learning cycle in place. So that means that the learning cycle is much more important in oncology when you implement value-based healthcare than in the NHS. But you still have outcomes, you still have stratification, you still want to know the cost per cycle, you still want to have the team in place. But the essence of what you need to do, where the real difference is made, varies per medical condition. And it's important to understand. I'm happy to say since 2016, we are now knowing this growing field of value-based healthcare, how to do this in primary care, how to deal with the community care ideas, how to deal with the connected care ideas. And before 2016, before we had this great case from Oak Street Health on how you do that with multimorbidities, with prevention items, with taking care of multiple social and other issues. We didn't really know how to do that. Many good ideas coming from related fields. Now we know. So with primary care, we know it's multimorbidities, it's different levels of prevention that are crucial. You need to think about the connected care and having the professionals connected on the patient level. You want to bring in more than just the medical treatment, and you may need for one patient 6 weeks in a row a diabetes discussion and a session and a working group, and with others you can do that once every 3 months instead of what I see in most countries. Let's have the next visit of this diabetes patient 8 weeks from now, or discussions on should we have a carousel in the hospital after 4 months or after 8 months. And the answer is that's the wrong question. The question is what works for this patient given the outcomes that we want to achieve. So you need lots of segmentation, stratification, and combining these wonderful notions and these wonderful practices of connected care and positive health.
Would you like to become a value-based healthcare expert and be recognized for your expertise? Follow the Value-Based Healthcare Greenbelt track. During the sessions, you will be trained to become a certified Value-Based Healthcare Greenbelt. Sign up now and distinguish yourself from others. Visit our website for more information.